We're gonna do it in all signs, and in this one, it'll be kind of fun, okay? Your past life. So, so remember, these are general readings. We cannot pull everybody's freaking past life. So take it if it resonates, don't take it if it doesn't. So we're gonna look into your past life. Check your sun, moon, rising. Hopefully we'll get your energy. We'll see how it goes. The order is ether, fire, earth, air, water. Okay? Let's see. Hang on. Let me open the video. Hey Janice. Nice title. Yeah, you know, this will be a fun one, right? Let's see what we get. My favorite before ChatGPT. It's super. Hey Lorna. Mirella. What's up, you guys? Alright, shall we begin? I don't have much charge, so my battery is on 50%. So hopefully we get decent time on this one. We'll see how it goes, okay? Let's see. 233, Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus, let's get a glimpse. Let's get a glimpse into your past life, Ophiuchus. Oh, hang on. I can't start the all signs now without this meter. Let's see. Ophiuchus, right away, I got that you died young in your past life. Like, young. Like, could be a teenager. So, okay. You were like a risk taker. I feel like the way you died is out of your own fucking foolishness. I feel like the way you died, it was because of something you did, something risky, you know? Like, for example, I don't know, you climbed a mountain without any safety, something like that. It feels you did something that ended your fucking life. Not that you were thinking that you want to end your life. It's more like an accident. I don't know, you could have done a backflip and cracked your fucking neck. I don't know, but it's interesting that I got that, right? In your past life, Ophiuchus, you came from a rich family, so I feel like you're a little bit spoiled. You came from a rich family or a family that was doing really well. I don't want to say royal family, but it feels, you know, whatever that's under a royal family. Like, I don't know, like I don't know their names. Like an assistant or like the right hand of someone important. So you were like a respected family, but not royalty. You were rich as fuck. I mean, not you, your family. And you died young. Because of something stupid you did. I feel like the stupid you did, it feels like an adventure. It feels like something risky. It you thought it will be fun, but it ended your life. Foolishness! Foolishness is what you did. Okay, is there anything else? Okay. I don't know why he wants to talk about your death. When you died, there was speed. I don't know. It's not like a car speed. It wasn't like a speeding car. I mean, you could have been hit by a car. I don't know. But it feels like speed. I don't know if maybe you fell off a cliff and the speed of falling, there is something about speed. Like, I thought that we're gonna talk about your life, not your fucking death. But hey, here we are. You were very adventurous. You were very, like, you didn't care about your life. You didn't care if you hurt yourself. You know what this is giving me? It's giving me YOLO. You know when kids say YOLO, you only live once. I feel like you had that attitude in your past life. It's like, nothing's gonna happen, you know. If I get in trouble, my parents will get me out of the trouble. So I don't think you had like a death wish, but I feel like you were like a daredevil. It's like, ooh, that's dangerous. Let's see if I can do it, or let's see if I'll survive it. And you weren't scared of death. You were like fucking crazy in a way. But you know, when you are like a child or a teenager, you don't really think about the dangers. You kind of do things and find out later. I feel like you had that. So you were a risk taker even as a tiny kid, huh? It's like a troublesome troublemaker. You know when you have like spoiled kids that come from a rich family, they don't know the meaning of consequence because their parents keep on taking them out of the trouble they keep getting themselves in? Yeah, that was you. It's so fucking interesting, right? Oh my god. That was you. You died young. Like, if it's like, I feel like it's either teenager or in your early 20s. Like, I don't think you died older than 24. I don't know why I want to say 24 specifically. But let's say younger than 25. You were either a teenager in your 19s, you know, or teens, I should say, or 19, 20, 21. Like, that is the age you died out of the foolishness that you partake in. Okay. All right, so we finished ether. We're gonna do fire signs next. All right, let's start. So, 940 Sagittarius. Let's get a glimpse into your past life, Sagittarius. This should be interesting, right? Let's see. A glimpse into your past life, Sagittarius. Ugh. You are like a hopeless romantic. You know what I'm getting as well? That you are in the creative fields, whether you are like a poet or a musician, you are like a sad Nancy, Sagittarius. You are like a womp womp womp. You were about the tragic things. I don't know if you had an obsession with tragic things. It's like hopeless romantic. It's like, oh, I can't live without you for another day. My life without you is nothing. Like it feels you were into that. It feels like you spent a lot of time dwelling on the tragedy. And you know, I feel like you found beauty in it. I feel like that was your muse. You found inspiration in the tragic things. It's like, oh, you broke my heart into so many pieces. You know, I feel like you were like a poetic or poet, or you were like a musician. You know, you composed or created pieces like songs. You know, it feels like you were creative. You were like a loner. You loved exploring your depth and your feelings, and especially the negative feelings. I would not be surprised if you were into existentialism. You know, the things that don't make sense, or the things that are dark. You dwelled in your void, I want to say. I feel like I want to be creative with my words even in your reading. Like you dwelled in your void. You found comfort in the darkness. It feels very creative, like creative energy. I want to say sentimental, sensual. Okay, let's see what else. You were a sucker for love. Do you know that? You were a sucker for love. You were in love with someone that was not available. I guess that stands through times, right? It doesn't matter at what timeline you were in. You were in love with someone that was not available. It could be like someone that was not like on your level socially, or it could be someone that was not available because they were with someone else, like they were married. Yeah, you were in love with someone that was not available, or not on your social level. Maybe they were like from a different class, whether this was like an underclass, upper class. There was something about that. You were in love with someone that could possibly not even know you existed. Damn. I don't know why I'm getting that, but you got arrested a few times. When I say arrest, I'm not sure for what exactly, but you have been caught doing something you shouldn't do, and you were prosecuted for it or punished for it. You know, I want to say that you were miserable, Sagittarius, but not miserable in a way where it broke you. You kind of found power in that. It kind of made you become more obsessed with the sad things, the dark things of life. In a way, you found the ordinary boring, or comfort boring. So you got yourself in trouble, but not deliberately. I feel like you could have been some type of rebellion, but it's not intentionally. It's almost like you subconsciously put yourself in situations where that it will cause you like suffering, but you did it anyway. Because I want to say you kind of are obsessed with the darkness. It feels like it feels like you put yourself in situations where, whether you knew or not, that will get you in trouble and there will be consequence because of it. But you did it anyway. And I feel like it's because you found pleasure in receiving this, the bad side of life. Because it inspired you. It inspired you. It inspired you. Maybe creative, like maybe art, you know, you painted like your dark side and you needed inspiration, so you get yourself in situations that are unfavorable just to get that inspiration, just to get that kick. It's almost like you got high on the bad things. You got high on the suffering. So freaking interesting. The Tormented Artist. Oh my god, yeah, that is the best title I could give this. Honestly, Sagittarius, I feel like you were it's almost like you were ahead of your time, or you were in a place where everyone around you was so consumed by their timeline and you were looking for more. You were not satisfied with your life, so you kept on dwelling on the negative because it made you feel alive. I mean, you are like, this is cynical. I feel like you were obsessed, like a cynic. I don't know if that's a word, but it will be today. You were like an obsessed cynic. And you found pleasure in that. It inspired you. Okay, yeah, look at that. It's like, let me lay here and think about the things that hurt me the most. Ooh, I'm inspired. Let me create a poem about that. You could have wrote books. Maybe your books are published, but after your death, you know when people get discovered after their death, and it happens a lot, especially now, right? Where you find artists and they only got famous after their death. So there could be publications somewhere about you and somewhere about your writings after you died. I would not be surprised if it's still here, like today. So maybe someone took your work and they published it in your name. But it was not during your life. It was not during their life. Because I feel like you have pieces, or you have art, or you have writings that stayed alive after you. Like, people discovered it after you and they kept it, or they made something out of it. Okay. Damn, I like this title, huh? We're starting strong. That's so much fun. Da Vinci vibes. Maybe, who knows? All right, let's see. Leo. Leo, let's see. Let's get a glimpse into your past life, Leo. Wow. You have done a lot of things in your past life, Leo. And when I say done a lot of things, I feel like you explored both sides of life, meaning the hardship and the cruelty of life, and then the ease and peace. And I wanted to say ease and peace. Peace came through. Maybe you liked peas, I don't know. But it feels like you have explored like the good side of life and the bad side of life. The bad side of life, I'm getting specifically that you were in some type of battle. The battle can be like a metaphor for something that you suffered from that was holding you back, or that was something you had to go through, meaning like a hardship that really took a chunk of your life. Or you literally went into battle or something of that sort, where you were part of you were like a soldier, a warrior, or you were part of a war. But then there is the other shift of your life where you were more in yourself. Does that make sense? So you were in control of your life. You were peaceful. You had like peaceful things to do. I would not be surprised if you had like a hobby that was like gardening, you know, reading. There was like two sides of you. It's almost like polar opposites. So you had a chunk of your life where you suffered. And this suffering was not you putting yourself in that suffering, it was imposed. It's almost like you had to go through the battle or defend your home or something like that. Or maybe that is a metaphor, you know, something that you battled with mentally or physically, like illness, whatever. But then that shifted. I feel like the hardship was first, but then you became the opposite of that. You became like a gardener or someone that was just, you know, being one with nature. You could be walking around freely and just embracing life. It could be like the result of, you know, experiencing something so traumatic, and then you became like a guru. You became so peaceful, and, you know, you kept to yourself. There was something about you going through like a spiritual development. Like after that hardship, you became almost enlightened or became more. I would not be surprised if you became like a guru. You know, maybe even if it wasn't, like something popular during your time, you know, like a guru. But you can give it another name. But that's how I see it. You became more spiritually advanced and more whole and more in control and more peaceful, and it's wholesome. But before that, you were like fighting to survive in a battle. Could be literally. Let's see what else. So I feel like you lived life to the fullest, I want to say. Like you experienced a lot of life in your past life. Wow. Leo, you are not someone ordinary. You had a position, or you are a leader. You were, not are. You were a leader. You had a position that I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to say royalty, because, you know, when people think about position, they think, oh, I was royal. It wasn't about royalty. It's about like being a leader. Financially, I feel like you were well off. So you had more than you needed in your past life. You weren't like suffering in the sense where you were struggling to survive because you didn't have money. No, you had all the things that you needed in order to survive, and you had more than you needed. So you were comfortable in that sense, financially. But I feel like you were known, meaning it doesn't have to be someone that is famous in history. It's more like known to your surroundings. You had a position where people recognized you. They know you by name, and they come to you for advice of some kind. You had like this wisdom. It's almost like you were giving people what they need, but you also got something in return, which is in most cases loyalty. I feel like a lot of people respected you. A lot of people saw you as like someone to follow. I feel like a lot of people gave you things as well. It's almost like they gave you an offering. But you helped them in return, but what you gained is material. Maybe what you gave them is not. Okay. So you were really comfortable. You were really comfortable. You had a lot of time on your hands as well. Okay, you had a family, so you weren't a loner. You had a family. You had children. You were like a happy family person. You know, I want to say that this spiritual advancement that we talked about in the beginning of your reading was, or is something, or was something, I should say, that made people follow your lead even more. So maybe you were someone that became religious, or you had some type of cult going on. It seems like you had an influence on people, especially when it comes to spirituality or religion. It doesn't have to be spirituality, but it feels like it's in the ethereal, like you had some type of respect that you brought to the people that followed you. So you guided people somehow, but it's not, I feel like it's not because you are like, I don't know, it's not like because you are a prophet, let's say. It's more like because you experienced most of life. Like you've experienced a lot in your previous life. And it made you someone that is wise, and you had like a value to offer to people. And they trusted you for that. It's almost like you helped someone, and then that someone went in town and told everybody, hey, go to Leo. If you're struggling, go to Leo. If you are lost. And it brought more attention to you. And you were known as a family person. You know, you were known for your honor. You were known for, like, you were like a respectable person. Like you fought for the things you believed in. But you also are gentle. Like I feel like you lived life to the fullest in your past life. You lived life to the fullest. You've gone through shit and you had battles to fight, but you also became someone more spiritually, religiously, let's say. Okay. It's giving mystic charm. Yes, I'm getting that vibe as well. Spot on. I see people I see people talking about my paintings. The more you look, the more you'll find. Sipang, good eyes. Good eyes, because not a lot of people notice the shadow. That's funny. I noticed 2929 for Aries, so I'm gonna take that as a sign. 2929 Aries. Let's get a glimpse into your past life. Aries, you were a shit starter. When I say a shit starter, I mean, how do I say it in a nice way? I'm trying to find it. Hold on. You would start shit you can't finish. You would, I don't know, I don't know what kind of, I feel like you found pleasure in starting fights, starting shit between people. you were like a, how do I explain it? Let me see if I can get more before I say anything. Yeah, you found pleasure. You found pleasure in that. You fucking psycho. You found pleasure in bringing chaos in people's lives. Now, I don't feel like you were sneaky about it. You were like someone that started fights. Now, I'm not sure if this is like in a way where it's like a revolution or if it's like a rebellion. It's starting shit. It's like, this is not how things are supposed to be. Like, let's go. And you have people surrounding you or with you that will fight for your cause. It's like you will find a reason to fight, which is so an Aries energy, right? Maybe that's why you were born as an Aries this life, to work through the shadows of that. I don't know, but like it feels like you were someone that would find a reason to start shit. Like, let's say you were someone that were against certain policies or certain rules or certain laws. You will find your crowd, you will find people that will agree with you, and you will go and fight. There is like a rebellious energy here. It's like, I will not stand for this. Who's with me? It feels like that. It feels like it's something you see in the movies, like where a small group kind of plan against throwing the government or throwing the ruling family, something like that. Okay. You know, I want to say that you did bring karma on these people. So, in a way, I don't think you started shit just because. I do sense that you enjoyed it, you know. It's almost like self-righteousness. It's like, we're not supposed to live like this. You know, it kind of feels like you had a reason, but you found pleasure in this. It's almost like you found a purpose. You know, when people find a purpose, it feels like you started shit because you believed in what you believed that it will free you from certain shackles or certain restrictions on your life. So you are a fucking fighter. Yeah, you brought karma on people. So you weren't like a standby. Okay, so for example, when something unjust happens, you weren't a standby. You would get involved. You are the type of person in your past life. You were the type of person that if you saw a fight, you know, between two, let's say, you will get in. It's like you will find pleasure in meddling, even if it wasn't affecting your life directly. You will still get involved. Do you know what I mean? You were a shit starter and you brought karma on people. And you believed in your cause. So you believed in what you did. Like, you will stand by it. It's like, self-righteousness is here, strong. I feel like you believed in the things you fought for. And I feel like you took others with you, meaning that you you were inspiring to some people. I'm seeing like a gathering. I'm seeing a gathering. It's a small group where you were talking to them. It's like, this is our right. This is what we have to do. This is what like it feels. You were kind of like the head of the rebellion group. Okay. I'm getting that you either got killed for it or you died during it. But you died a happy person. Like on your last breaths, you were like, I'm at peace because I believed in what I did, or I believed in this cause. Like there's something about you weren't even afraid. You weren't even afraid of death. You were not, because you believed in what you did. You believed in why you did it. So you are a very prideful, proud person. You fought in the things that you believed in. Okay. You know, I feel like even after your death, people talked about you and used you as an example. So even after your death, your movement continued. Maybe not until now, but I feel like it continued for some time after your death. So you were remembered and used as an example for certain movements. And I feel like this was against people that were higher than you, people that were like in higher positions than you. So it wasn't towards people that weren't lucky or unfortunate. It's more like people that are abusing their power, or they could be like corrupt, and you didn't sit for it or you didn't stand for it. You were like, we can do something about this. Who's with me? I want to say that you have changed certain things. So you did make a difference, Aries. In your past life, you did make a difference. So, like, whatever you believed in and it wasn't, like, right and you fought against it, I feel like it did have an effect. You made a difference in people's lives, and it continued even after your death, at least for some time. So I guess this is like a shit starter with a purpose. You weren't just picking on random people. You were picking on the people that were abusing their powers or that were corrupt. Even if it's like an ordinary person, but they were like abusing their position in any way, you were against it. And you died for it. With no regrets. Like, I'm getting strongly like when your soul was about to leave your body, you were proud. It's like you weren't afraid. It's like you were confident. Okay. Sounds like a Robin Hood. Yeah. It does. My chat was glitching, you guys. If you troll, you'll be blocked. I'm not even in the mood to address you. You gotta fight bad with bad sometimes. It's true. It's true. I agree with that. Rebellionaire. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Okay, I think we got all the trolls. Alright, so we finished fire signs. We're gonna do earth next. Hang on, let me see how much I've got. 44%. I think we can survive. I think we can make it. Virgo. Virgo, let's see what we have. Let's get a glimpse into your past life, Virgo. Let's see. You are just living life on edge, huh? It's like do first, think later. You know, I'm perceiving you as someone that was a player. You know, you didn't take things too seriously. You had a lot of fun, but you didn't think about consequences. So, okay. I feel like you didn't take life too seriously. It's not giving me anything dramatic, you know. It's kind of like I feel like you weren't ambitious, let's say, in your past life. You were just fucking around. You were just fucking around. I am getting a little bit of charismatic, flirtatious, someone that sleeps around, and you didn't give a fuck. It was just for fun. I am seeing you in an orgy. Thank you very much for that image. So you could have been in orgies. I don't know if yeah, I'm seeing you in orgies. Thank you very much for that image. I didn't need to see that. Yeah, you were after desire. You were living life based on your desire. If you wake up and you're like, what do I want to do? Oh, I want to do you. Okay, we're doing you today. Oh, you want to join? Come on in. There's plenty of room. The more the merrier. Like, it feels you didn't take life too seriously. It wasn't... you know, honestly, it looks like a chill life. Like, you indulged. You indulged in the things that you wanted. You didn't hold back. And let's just say you had a lot of affairs. I mean, we don't want to even look into your body count. You were possibly in an open relationship, or if that was not a thing in your time, it was more of fucking around. You had a couple of lovers at the same time. You had threesomes, orgies. And basically, you were a hoe. To our today terms, you were a hoe. Maybe back then, or in your previous life, in your past life, it was normal. And you were just living up to the standards. I don't know. I am seeing that you were very beautiful. Like you can get anybody you want. Beautiful, handsome, whatever. You were a charmer. You were a fucking charmer. You will get people to do things for you without even trying. I feel like you had style. You made people look at you and they're like, wow, I want to try that. So you come across as someone that is different, that dressed differently or seductively. Like when people look at you, they either feel threatened by you or they lust after you. Like there is something about your energy is very sexual. You had like a sex appeal. And you made sure to make the most of that. Okay. Yeah, the amount of wands that I see here. King of Wands and the Queen of Wands is here as well. You know, I'm getting that you were not even picky about gender. You fucked women and men. Damn, you hoe. You did it all. Everything to do with desire, I feel like you indulged in it. You tried it. It's like, oh, I didn't try that position before. Let me go ahead and do that. I feel like you tried it. You indulged in the things that made you feel like, when it comes to sex, food, pleasures, any type of pleasure you indulged in. Whatever you can get. It's like, okay. Every day is like, even if it's like, I don't feel like your life was boring. I don't feel like your life was boring. It's more like whatever you desire, you do. So for example, if you wake up and you don't want to do anything, you will do that. But I feel like most of the time you dress up and look good and you take care of yourself. You don't really care about any other thing. Now, I feel like your life was an easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like it had a lot of dicks and pussies, you know. That's what you indulged in. And it's not even gender specific. It feels like you tried everything and anything. Hopefully not animals. Hopefully. I really don't want to say that. Hopefully. But I keep on getting animals, so I would not be surprised if you were that type of fucking freak. Let's just try to keep it normal to some extent. Like I feel like you did everything, Virgo. Sexually, you've tried it all. You were basically top tier hoe. I don't think you were like a prostitute. I don't think you were like that. I feel like you had some type of... I feel like your life was easy, meaning that you weren't worried about money, safety, or whatever else. So this tells me that you had some type of handle on finances, meaning that you didn't need. Like you weren't in need. You weren't in survival mode. You know, you were just indulging in your desires and going with the flow. Maybe going with the flow a little bit too much. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm getting. Look at Nettie, because Nettie is a hoe. She got triggered. If that's a she. Bye, Nettie. Be a hoe away from here. Virgo clapping cheeks. Yeah. Some of the cheeks are hairy cheeks and some of the cheeks are feminine cheeks. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh my god. Amanda, I appreciate you. All right, let's see who's next. Taurus. Taurus, let's see. Let's get a glimpse into your past life, Taurus. You know, from this card, which is really strange, this is the Eight of Wands, the Ace, not the Eight, Ace of Wands, and what I heard is freedom fighter, which kind of has nothing to do with the Ace of Wands. You know, like sometimes people think that I channel through the cards. The cards are just like, I feel like sometimes I'm just like, it's not really with the cards. But anyways, I heard a freedom fighter. Let's see where this goes. Let's see. Taurus, your past life, it had like drama, but not when it comes to your personal life. I feel like it's an outside drama, meaning that there were people that were against you or maybe against the relationship that you had with someone. Because it feels like you were in love with someone that you both loved each other. But the outside did not agree. Maybe this is the person's family, your family. Maybe there was like social differences, but the love between the two of you was real. Both of you were in love with each other. But there was drama surrounding this connection. Maybe you had to fight for this, especially because I heard at the beginning the freedom fighter. So maybe you had to fight for this connection. Maybe you had to like stand up against certain people in order to be with the person you love. This is like it's almost like a sad story about a person you loved that you couldn't get, or a person you love that you did get, but there were consequences, or there were people that were against this connection. But you fought for this connection. You fought for this. You fought for this. You stood up for it. It's like if there were people that were trying to prevent you from being with this person, you did everything you can to fight against it, to prevent them from getting involved. You know, I'm getting that you and this person could have run away. And there were consequences because of that. Okay. Yeah. You could have been like outcasted or expelled from your surroundings or from your home, from your where you lived. So you could have run away with your lover. And it was not easy, but I feel like because you loved each other, you kind of went with it and you ran away. I feel like you did not have an easy life. You did not have an easy life. The best thing that happened to you in your life, in your past life, was the love, was the lover that you had. It was real love, but it was not easy. Look, the drama card came out. It was not easy. There was a lot of resistance when it came to the lover that you love, to the lover that you love. Meaning that I don't know if it was like you know for example, what this reminds me of, it's when people fall in love with someone that is rich or someone that is poor, but they both love each other. It's like despite the social standards, love conquers all in a sense, where it doesn't matter where you come from. If you love the person and they love you back, it becomes stronger than anything. And so I feel like it could have been something like that where you both socially weren't supposed to be together, but you both love each other. So it was not easy. Your past life was full of suffering because of the love that you had for a person. And the same for them. But I feel like wherever you ran to, wherever, I feel like that suffering was sweet because it was on the side of your lover. Does that make sense? So even though it was so hard, you still wouldn't change that because at least you had your lover. So even though your life was not easy, you still wouldn't change anything about that because the love that you have for that person is bigger than your troubles. So I feel like it's not just you, the other person as well suffered because of this relationship, because of this connection, but you loved each other. If you and this person were to not be together, your life would be more comfortable. But because you chose each other, it's almost like it turned everything around you to hell. But you're still stuck by that person. You still wanted each other, so you accepted the hell. So this is almost like a sad love story. But I don't think there is regret. I feel like you wouldn't change a thing. It's like, I'll take the suffering as long as I'm on your side. Oh, it's so sad. Yeah, don't worry. If I miss the trolls while I'm doing the readings, don't worry. I go back, like when it's replayed, I go back to the chat and check every comment, you guys, and I block them eventually. So don't worry about the trolls. I'll get to them eventually. Hey, Woof Woof. All right, let's see who's next. Capricorn. Capricorn, let's get a glimpse into your past life. A glimpse into your past life. Capricorn. You don't want to talk about it? Let's see. You were blessed in so many ways in your past life. Blessed in the pocket, but not in the heart. Oh, okay. So your life was great minus your love life in your past life. Your love life was a fucking mess. It was full of disappointments. I feel like you had like an important position in your past life, but that didn't help with your love life though. I don't know why I'm getting specifically like a respectable job. Meaning you could have been like a doctor, a lawyer, some, those respectable jobs. You had one of those. but it still didn't help you with your love life, meaning that it didn't give you some advantage. You wanted people that didn't want you. And maybe you were even used. Hang on, let me charge. Let me put the charger on the laptop. You know what I'm getting, Capricorn? That you dealt with people that wanted to take advantage of your comfort, meaning that you were blessed in the pocket, meaning that you lived comfortably, you weren't financially restricted, you had what you needed. You lived in an environment where you were providing, or you had everything you needed. But you dealt with people that were only interested in that, the comfort. They weren't really interested in you. And in a way, it kind of bothered you because you were looking for real love. You were looking for something that was real, but you didn't find it. People either used you or you felt used. People either used you or you felt used. You were looking for real love, but the people you dealt with were after your money or after the comfort that you can provide. Which very much disappointed you. I'm sensing resentment. So you could have dealt with people that you really wanted, but then you find out that they were only with you for the benefits that come with you. And that led to resentment. I'm sensing love and hate as well that you had for a person specifically that you really loved, but you also hate them because they don't love you. Damn. I'm sensing also that you did a lot of traveling. Whether you traveled for the job or you traveled to change. For example, if you were famous in a town or if you were famous in a place where you lived, you traveled so that you can enjoy people not knowing you. Which is kind of fucking sad. Like, you know when people travel to new places because they don't want anyone to know them and treat them based on what they have? I feel like you travel just to be unknown. Just to kind of like disappear in the crowd and people not recognizing you. Because you feel like people will only treat you with respect because of what you have, and it kind of bugged you. It's like, how about you see me as a human? I'm a human. This is kind of sad. I feel like this really got to you on an emotional level because I'm feeling emotional here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really bugged you. That people only respected you because of who you are. Not because of who you really are. Who you are as you know, like as a position, job, finances. That really bugged you. So you did traveling not because you wanted to explore. It's more like you wanted to be treated as a normal human being. Damn. Wow. Honestly, Capricorn, I feel like you were craving to be loved. Craving. You were craving. Whew. You know, I'm getting that you could have even hated yourself to some extent because you are like, what is it about me that is not worth loving? Am I this bad? Am I this unlovable? Like there was a lot of I feel sorry for you, even for your past. I mean, it's past life, it's gone, right? But I kind of feel sorry for you. It feels like you suffered And it's you kind of like hated yourself for that because other people wouldn't love you. That's so fucking sad. Look, you were craving for this. That's all you wanted. It's like, love me, I'm lovable. I can be really romantic. I can be a good lover. But people didn't see you like that. Literally, people would look at you and they will see the benefit to you rather than see your heart. You know what I mean? I'm also getting that you didn't like how you looked. In your past life, Capricorn, you did not like how you looked, meaning you weren't confident with your appearance, or you didn't like the way you looked. So I'm seeing someone that when you enter people's home and you see the mirrors, they have like a cloth over the mirrors. I feel like you could have done that because you hated looking at yourself. Damn. Come here, give me a hug. Past life, Capricorn. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's over. That life is over. Damn, that's so fucking sad. Yeah. It's like all you wanted is to be truly loved, but you didn't get that. I feel like you did not get that in your past life whatsoever. So you died without feeling loved, and that's fucked up. That's fucked up. You had everything else but love. That was a heavy one for Capricorn. I got emotional for you and shit. Alright, so we finished Earth. We're gonna do air next. Let's see how much I've got left. 35. I think we can make it. We can make it! Whew. Alright, let's do air signs. Aquarius, I have a general reading for you as well. I need to upload that, but stay tuned. I will probably upload it today, sometime later. Let's see, Ophiuchus. Maybe you have Ophiuchus in your chart. Aquarius, or maybe it's close. Ophiuchus, Aquarius. Anyways, Aquarius. Let's see. Aquarius. Let's get a glimpse into your past life, Aquarius. Let's get a glimpse into your past life, Aquarius. Which who? Bitch, you were vengeful. You know what comes to mind? I can't remember the movie, but you know that movie. I don't know if it's. Is it Cinderella? You know that movie where there is like a witch, and she curses the baby of the I think the king and the queen, and then that baby lives a really shitty life. I feel like you were vengeful. You were like either a vengeful witch, or I don't know if you're a man, whatever. I mean, you can call a man a witch, but hey, it hurts their ego. Let's call them warlock. Warlock. You have to put war so that you can be a man. But anyways, a witch, whether you're a man or a woman, okay? You were definitely someone that was delving into the witchcraft, voodoo. You had a bunch of voodoo dolls and poking needles into that shit. You were that type. You were that type. You were a witch, and you were a vengeful one. You did not let things slide. When someone disrespected you, you get back at them. Not in the normal way, but in a magical way. You were into witchcraft, and I'm getting sacrificial shit, not just like white witch kitchen shit. You did not only use it for vengeful purposes, you also used it to make your to make your looks appear younger, more youthful. You used it on yourself as well. You used it on people and yourself, whatever. Like, I feel like you are an all-round witch. You also used it on you also did like love spells. So it's not just the vengeful stuff. I feel like whatever you go through in life, you use magic. Or you used magic, I should say. Okay. You made people obsessed with you for the fun of it. I'm getting that you were into the dark side. You weren't like a witch that was making everybody's life better. No, you were into the dark side. I'm getting that you were not a good person, Aquarius, okay? You were manipulating people, using people, you know, like I feel like the manipulation is that it has so many levels, and you kind of worked with that. Sorry, but hey, you know, you're not showing up as a good person or a good witch. You were definitely into the dark side of witchcraft. You would curse people for just looking at you funny. Do you know what I mean? You were not like, oh my god, they killed my family, so I put a curse on them. No. Someone would look at you funny and you would curse their ass for their whole life. Boom! Boom! Whoever messed up with you, whoever like messed with you or messed up with you, yeah, they did not get away with it. The only time that you would be soft, I want to say, is when you were in love. So you did fall in love maybe once or twice during your life, and you manipulated them. So it's one-sided, meaning that you loved someone and you put a spell on them to love you. But you knew that it was not true because you put that spell on them. So it kind of bugged you that you put a spell on them, but at the same time you love them, so you, I don't know, like there's a lot of manipulation here. It's like love me. So you caused a lot of chaos in your past life, Aquarius. You caused a lot of fucking chaos. And it's not causing chaos because, you know, something bad was done to you. Whether it's small, big, or in between. You would deal with it through magic, and most of the magic you did was dark. Like it wasn't in the favor of the other. It was to control them, manipulate them, you know, get what you want from them. I'm hearing the name Alice. I don't know if Alice was someone you loved or if that was your name, or maybe Alice was someone that you really fucked up. I don't know. But Alice is coming to mind. Unless it's fucking Alice in the Wonderland type of life that you lived. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's like a metaphor. But look at that. We literally have the Five of Wands twice. We have the Devil here as well. You are the bad witch. You are like the bad witch in town. It's like, stay away from that house. Everybody warned their kids and children to stay away from you. You are the bad bitch. the bad bitch witch. Again, whether you're a man or a woman, I don't care. You can be a bad bitch. Not in a good way, by the way, you know? Like today, it's like, ooh, you're a bad bitch. It's a good thing. I don't mean it in a good way. You fucked some shit up in your past life, Aquarius. You fucked people up. And for the silliest reasons. It wasn't even something important. Most of them. Like, I mean, granted, those that hurt you, maybe they deserved it. But even people that didn't deserve it, you would exaggerate and react in a way where you turn their life hell for just looking at you funny. Damn. Okay. Moderator, who are you talking about? What's wrong with people? Why do they always trauma dump in the chat? Did I say something that hurt you? Oh, I hurt you? How did I hurt you? Is it because of the reading? Yeah, okay, you're a miserable twat, that's what you are. Bye. Trauma dump somewhere else. I'm sure you will find another live stream. Alright, so Gemini, let's see. Let's get a glimpse into your past life. Let's get a glimpse into your past life, Gemini. You know, the universe be testing me sometimes. Like, I try to be a good person, but hey, you know, don't take advantage of my kindness because I don't want to unleash. Gemini, that's not for you. That's for the trolls. Trauma dumping on here. Alright, let's get a glimpse into your past life, Gemini. Let's see. Let's see. Gemini. Gemini, you were like the most innocent looking creature that a person can deal with in the past. So you had a very angelic look, angelic face, angelic demeanor, but you are like the devil in disguise. Meaning that you kind of got what you want through being this angelic looking creature. And I don't know why I want to say creature. I mean, you could have been not human, which is very fucking interesting if you ask me. I'm not getting human. I'm getting like more, I don't know, if you were a hybrid. Is that what you call it? Like a hybrid? Like a mix of a thing or two? But you had an angelic look. But you were not angelic. Okay. Like I'm kind of like taken aback by the not human part. Like I'm trying to figure out what were you? What were you? If you weren't human, what the fuck were you? Okay, let's see. You had a very siren energy. Like you tricked people by your looks, but it wasn't like you tricked people on the surface level, but if they got to know you, they would see your real self, let's say, and they are in trouble. If someone gets to you so close that they see who you really are, they get in trouble. I don't know what this is. It's giving me siren energy. You know when the sirens like lure the people on the ship, and once they get too close, they drown them. It's kind of like that. It's like you see the siren's true face when it's too late. You will not see it before. I just heard enchanting. So what? You had that siren effect. I don't know if you were a fucking mermaid. I don't know if you were like a creature of some kind where you were not really human, but you had a human face, a human body. I don't know. This is kind of interesting, and I don't think I've ever tapped into an energy like this before. Maybe not. This is quite interesting. It's like, what are you? Yeah, you were definitely half human. Okay, so maybe maybe you were the result of, I don't know. It's almost like you were the result of a monster plus human. When I say monster, it's some type of beast or creature that is not human, and then I don't know, it fucked a human or vice versa, and then you came. It's almost like you were a freak. Not a freak like you looked like weird. You looked very beautiful, like in a very enchanting siren way, but you were not human. So you had some type of ability to lure people in with your beauty, but your beauty was not really, it was like the surface. I'm not saying that you were faking or projecting beauty onto others. You know, it wasn't like a projection. It's really who you are. You are beautiful, or you were beautiful in your past life. But that's not all there is to you. I don't know if you were a fucking vampire. I don't know. Were you a siren, a mermaid, a vampire? I can't think of anything else. A werewolf? What else? It feels like it's almost like you were a fucking myth. And you know, I personally don't believe in myths. I feel like all the creatures that were talked about throughout history were not myth. they were mythicized in today, you know, like people say they are myths because they don't want to like reveal the history of those creatures, but they exist, they still exist, but they are in hiding. So I don't know what you were, Gemini, like this is interesting, like I'm kind of like dwelling in this energy, not really knowing why the fuck are you showing up here, but it's kind of saying you were not human, or at least you were half human, and you had a very beautiful angelic. If you were to imagine an angel, you would be it. Like you were very innocent looking, very youthful, very beautiful. Whether you're a man or woman, there is something about your I'm seeing like a very clear white skin. This is why I said vampire, maybe, because they have this pale look. You have this very, it's almost like no one touched you ever. You know what I mean? Very angelic, innocent beauty. But you are also, there is a monster side to you. And I don't know how you use that to your advantage. I feel like you used it to manipulate, you used it to get what you want. We do have the devil here, so I feel like you used your beauty, let's say. You used the manipulation to benefit yourself. It wasn't for the benefit of others. People will fall in love with you left and right. Like there is something about that. It's like people fell in love with your beauty. It's nothing they have seen before. I mean, yeah, because you weren't even fucking human. Or at least half human. I feel like you had the ability to manipulate reality. How do I explain that? So, for example, if you go to a person and say, that is the truth, they will believe it even if they know that it's not the truth, but because you said it, they will believe it. So maybe you had the ability to manipulate what's real and what's not. Maybe you had the ability to hypnotize or put someone in trance, which is again very siren-like, right? Okay. I don't know. I'm not really like I'm not connecting to this one too much. Because the energy of not human is kind of interesting, but I don't really know what to say about that besides you not being fucking human in your past life, or at least half human, like a hybrid. Well, nice to meet you. I don't know if you are a human in this life, or maybe you carried that freaking creature into this life. I don't know, who knows? You let me know. Damn, we have so many trolls today, huh? No, I'm not getting metaphorical. No, it's not metaphorical. Yeah, it could be like a shapeshifter. What can't I say? Shapeshifter. Could be like a shapeshifter. I don't know if I told this story to you guys before, but my mother saw a mermaid. And she told everybody, and everybody, well, besides one auntie believed her because she's a witch. She believes in everything because she's seen it, she's seen a lot of things. But a lot of people were like, no, there's no way. I believe her. Right, anyways, I'll get to the trolls after I replay the video. Yeah, they exist. They definitely exist. A lot of people have seen different things, but you know, when you see like something that is not normal, your brain will tell you, will play tricks on you. It's like, no, you haven't seen it, even if you are sure that you saw what you saw. So there's so many things, so many people have seen things, but because today it's like so out there, they won't believe it themselves. They will dismiss it or think they have, you know, they're seeing things. But it happens all the time. All right, let's see. How much? Okay, 27. We'll make it. We'll make it. Libra. Libra, let's see. Let's get a glimpse into your past life. Libra. Let's get a glimpse into your past life. Libra. Libra, you you had so much power in your past life. Like you were somebody. And when I say somebody, I'm not talking about random shit. I'm talking about a person that was in a higher position. I wouldn't even be, like, I would say royalty. You know, throughout the whole readings, we didn't have a royalty reading. This doesn't feel like you were just someone that earned their position. You were given, you were privileged with that. You were born in it. So you come from a royal family, or you were like a royalty, or you were born in it. This is not a position that you've earned. This is not like, you know, you became somebody. No, you were born privileged. And I know this can be triggering for some people, but you had slaves. You had slaves. So I don't know what timeline you were in, but you were in a timeline where there were slaves. Like you had, you know, like the whole slave situation. You were part of that. You know, the first thing people think about when they think about slaves, they think about white people. And this is not about white people, black people. There were people that also had tan skin, or black people that had slaves, okay? So this is not about white people. I wanna say, Libra, you were not a fair person. You were someone that that abused your power. And you hurt a lot of people. Whether you hurt them emotionally, physically, I feel like you were abusive. Yeah. You were abusive. Damn, okay. I think the reason why you were abusive is because you knew that there will be no consequences to your actions. So it's kind of like corrupt. It's kind of like, because I have power, you can't do anything. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. You tortured people, Libra. Now it's getting darker and darker, huh? You tortured people. And you fucking enjoyed it. You were the type of person that says, death is mercy. I shall not kill you. I shall not kill you. Death is mercy. I want you to stay alive. And you will fucking torture them. I don't know if you did the torturing or if you just ordered it. You are fucking sadistic as fuck. And when you're feeling merciful, when you're feeling like, okay, I want to have mercy on you, that's your type of mercy. That's your fucking type of mercy. Your mercy is not like letting the person go and let them live. No, no. No, the mercy is killing them. That's your type of mercy. Like you found, it's like, oh, I'm going to put you out of your misery. That's mercy for you. What the fuck? What the fuck? You definitely did not see people as people. You saw them as pawns. You know when you play chess, the first row is like the pawns, the soldiers, right? You don't give a fuck about those. You sacrifice those. So you didn't... I feel like you saw yourself as real human, and the ones that are beneath you, like not just the slaves. You had slaves. I mean, that goes without saying that you abused them. But I'm talking about whoever that's even in a position in your society that had some type of position, but they still didn't have power over you. You had the power. And you would abuse them. So you fucking abused anybody that you thought was like doing anything that you didn't like. The only people that didn't get hurt by you are your family. Whether this is your brother, sister, mother, father, children, husband, wife, your family. These are the people that you considered people. The rest is just like playground for you. You fucked around with people like on a mental level, emotional level, a physical level. I feel like there was a lot of suffering. And specifically torturing. You didn't punish people for what they did and then you put them out of their misery. No, that's mercy. You consider that mercy. So you tortured instead as a form of punishment. You know, you would hurt them, but not enough to kill them. You would just torture them. And I'm not sure if you did the torturing or someone else did, but I mean, it was your order. Fucking hell. People did not love you. People were afraid of you. So any love that you received was fake. Any love that you received in your past life was fake. It wasn't about loving you, it's about fearing for their fucking life. Yeah. Damn. Okay, well. We finished air signs. We're gonna do water next. I know, that was fucked up. We've had like an interesting mix of things today, huh? Like we pulled some interesting energies today. From a fucking mermaid to to the fucking torturer. Like, oh my god. Yeah, like I click every part of my body. But you know, it feels good. You know when people click, they click because it hurts? No, I click to make me feel better. This hand is fucked from punching the bag. It's still bruised. Can you see how this is bruised? Like in comparison to this? You see the difference? Like I need to stop punching the bag for some time until this heals. Otherwise, I think I caught like a vein. When the vein is on the bone and you hit on it, it kind of grew like a bubble. All right, let's do water signs. Pisces. Pisces, let's see. Let's see, Pisces. Let's get a glimpse into your past life. Let's get a glimpse into your past life. Pisces, you were loved by many. You were some type of celebrity. You were some type of warrior, you know, a victorious warrior, I want to say. People had high expectations of you because you've accomplished so many things. But you know, I want to say that so many people knew you, but they didn't really know the real you. Meaning you got a lot of attention, but you didn't have closeness. You didn't have real intimacy. People thought of you as someone that is strong, you know, that is unbreakable, indestructible. But they didn't like they. It's almost like they forgot you're human. It's almost like they forgot that you have feelings, that you're more than just your exterior. So I feel like you were known by many, but you were also lonely. It's like a lot of people loved you. A lot of people loved you. A lot of people knew who you are. You know, you could have been some type of celebrity or like a warrior, or maybe you've gone through battles and you came back victorious and people cheered for you. They loved you, you know. They are like you are known by so many people and they loved you. They loved you. But you didn't have the closeness. You didn't have the intimate connections. And on an intimate level, you felt very alone. This reminds me of, you know, when people are surrounded by others but they still feel lonely. That's the energy I'm getting. It's like it doesn't matter how many people knew you, you still felt alone. And you know what I'm getting? You know when there's so much, you know when you have like high expectations, there are people that have high expectations of you. I feel like you didn't show your lonely side to people because you didn't want them to judge you. So you always showed up as like cheerful, you know, like smiling, and you have like good energy. There's nothing that gets through me. But no one really knew you. No one really knew you. And it's such a lonely vibe that I'm getting from this. You had a lot of friends, but not intimate, no intimacy. You had a lot of people. I'm not talking about sexual intimacy. I'm sure you fucked many people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about emotional intimacy. No one really touched your heart. Because your connections felt shallow. Your connections felt like there was a reason for the admiration. The admiration is because of what you've accomplished. So people didn't really get to know you. They know you from what you've accomplished, and they don't know you as a person. And that got to you. I feel like that made you feel so lonely. People will be very inspired by you. People will look at you and they will be like, I want to be like Pisces. I want to be like just like that. But they didn't know that there was a downside to it. You felt alone, even in a crowded room. I'm getting that you were like really someone to look up to. Like, look, you are like the light bringer. You brought like good energy to people. It's almost like you were hope. You were like the hope for people. But you know, when you become the hope for people, you wonder like, who's the hope for me? Wow, we have the sun behind each other. It's like you made a lot of people happy, but no one made you happy. No one met your needs. You met other people's needs and expectations, but no one gave you that. So in your past life, you gave, but you didn't get much in return. You did get like special treatment. You did get a lot of fans, admirers, but that's it. No closeness, no intimacy, emotional intimacy. And that really got to you. Like, I feel like you lived throughout your life, you're thinking like, is that it? I make people happy, but no one makes me happy. You were like a loner, even when with people around you, you felt still like an outcast, someone different. Like I don't see like it was a very lonesome journey, you know. It was inspiring to many, but to you it felt it's like you couldn't find someone to connect to. This is giving me like a hermit mode, but the hermit is more in isolation. You were not in isolation. You were surrounded by others. You were surrounded by others, yet you felt so alone. You brought a lot of happiness to the people around you, but they didn't do the same for you. And I don't think these people knew that you were going through this. I feel like you kept that to yourself. You took it to your grave. You didn't confess this. You didn't say anything. Because like when someone is happy around you, you don't want to pierce their bubble and say, hey, I'm not happy. Or hey, this is going on, you know? You kept it to yourself. Okay. That's sad. Notification. I don't know what you're talking about, but I definitely make more money than you. How about you go get a job? It's always the people that are doing worse that will talk shit. If you're doing better than me, then maybe you might open your mouth. But if you are nobody, of course you're gonna hate. Because you would do anything to trade places, right? Alright, Scorpio, let's see. That's what you get. The block is like, shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here. Alright, Scorpio, your past life. Let's get a glimpse into your past life. Let's see. Scorpio. Ten of Cups. Alright. You know, Scorpio, in your past life, you had everything, but you were still not satisfied. You were still looking for more, searching for more. You weren't satisfied, even though you had everything. Maybe you were looking for something different. Like when I say you have everything or you had everything, I feel like you had what most people want. Stability, love, something you love doing. But you still didn't find, like it feels like you had a void. And you kept searching for that missing piece. Okay. You were very blessed physically, meaning that you had everything in the physical sense. Maybe what you were looking for was spiritual. Because the Hermit here is like, I'm looking for something more meaningful. I'm looking for, you know, what's the meaning of life? Why are we here? What is the purpose of us being here? So you were like a truth seeker. You were like looking for the meaning of the meaning. You know what I mean? You were trying to dissect, I want to say, and looking into things in more depth and trying to find their meaning, because the obvious way of living, you had everything, but it still wasn't enough. You had a very loving family. You either married or you have a family with someone that you love. So you were blessed in that sense, where you married your lover or you have a family with your lover. But that wasn't enough. You wanted more. You wanted more. And I feel like you could have fucked up your life. We do have the Tower, so you could have fucked up your blessings because of your greed or your ungrateful ass, is what I want to say. Because it wasn't enough. It was not enough for you. So you could have jinxed yourself, or you could have fucked some shit up because of this. It's almost like you're trying to understand the meaning of the void. What is that? What is that feeling? What is that need? What is that calling? What was it that I'm looking for? It's like looking for something you don't know what it is really, but you're still looking for it. You know what I mean? This feels like you didn't even know what you were looking for, but you just knew that you were looking for something more. Yeah, look, you went out and fucked some shit up. So this tells me that you took the blessings that you had for granted, and maybe you left everything and you went on a journey to find that thing that you don't even know what you were looking for. Because I feel like this kept nagging at you. Meaning you felt like even though you had everything, it wasn't still enough. So there must be something else that's bigger for me and better for me, or there's something else that I'm meant to do. This can't be my life. This can't be it. And you kept searching and searching and searching. And you know, I felt like I felt like. I feel like you kept looking until an old age. Like this was a journey of searching, but you never got to the point where you found out what you're looking for. So you kept searching until old age, until you became gray, and you still didn't find it. You know, I feel like this was like yeah, wow. You died not knowing what you what? You died not knowing what you were fucking searching for. What a fucking waste. Okay, I'm not okay, let me try to see it this way, okay? Because whatever that you were searching for was kind of consuming you on the inside, but you didn't know what it was. So you went out there looking for it. It's like, maybe if I look at it, maybe if I am in it, I will find it. So you kept looking and looking and looking, and you didn't find it until you were old and gray and you couldn't search anymore, and then you died not knowing what you fucking were searching for. But it feels like what you were searching for, from my perspective, the way I'm seeing this, it's not physical. It wasn't physical. So you didn't need to go out there to look for it. You could stay with this blessings and family that you had and look within. You were almost like searching on the outside of yourself. But what you were supposed to look for was already within you, and the exploration was meant to be in, not out. But you thought it was out there. So the calling that you had was real, you felt it, you felt the urge to find it, but it wasn't out there in the world, it was within you. And you kind of missed the memo, and you kept looking. It's like, where is it, where is it, where is it? Well, you have it here, right here, inside of you. But you didn't look within, you looked everywhere else. You looked everywhere else on the outside of you, while what you're looking for is within. So all the sacrifice that you made was for nothing, because the answer was within you. This whole time you were looking outside of yourself thinking it was out there. But it was within you. Damn! Maybe that's why you were born as a Scorpio in this life. It's like, bitch, next life, look within. Okay. Alright, last but not least. You know, I thought my phone will not, like, 50% will not be enough, but hey, it was enough indeed. Alright, Cancer. Cancer! Let's see, let's get a glimpse into your past life. I don't know, Janice, I don't know. I'm gonna get to the point where I blog everybody on YouTube. It's like, it will just be us, the regulars, because we have a lot of kids from TikTok transferring here. Anyways, Cancer, let's see. A lot of people and situations hurt you in your past life. I feel like you were someone that was innocent and naive, and people took advantage of you in your past life. So you had a lot of scars, whether literally or metaphorically. You had a lot of scars. And you know, I feel like you were either like an outcast or you were like expelled from where you were, and you thought that you will not be able to survive it, but you actually lived happier outside of your norm or outside of your environment that you were in, where you were constantly getting hurt. So you became a traveler, or maybe you became like a gypsy. It feels like you were not happy where you were, and you thought that you will not be able to survive. It's like you were so afraid that if you were like an outcast and you had to go somewhere else, you were so afraid that you will not be able to survive. But you thrived instead. You thrived. It's like the best years were when you were expelled or became an outcast from where you were used to. And that was like the biggest revelation for you in your past life. So you had like a life-changing event that you thought was like, that's going to end your life, but it actually gave you life. It made you so much wiser. It made you so skilled in surviving. It made you like, I don't know if you became like a hunter or became like a like someone that can that became physically stronger, but it feels like it's almost like you shed your old skin and you became the real you. It's almost like where you were was holding you back from becoming who you are. And you know, I would not be surprised if the universe was putting you in these hurtful situations in order to bring out your inner strength. Because if you were comfortable where you were, you wouldn't be able to become who you became after you were pushed out. So in a way, I feel like once you understood that, oh, I can actually do this, my life is actually better now than it was before, I feel like that pushed you towards not hating what happened to you. It's almost like you saw the hurt as it's almost like you embraced your scars. You were like you were proud of these scars. It's like these scars made me who I am, or they reminded me of who I am. Like it became something you are proud of instead of something you were ashamed of. The hurt turned into power. The pain turned into power, I should say. So the people that hurt you were actually almost like anchors or pillars in your transformation. So send them a thank you card. Thank you for hurting me, because it made me much stronger. You know, because of how you came on top, despite the difficulties that you've endured, you became so freaking resilient, Cancer, that anything that life throws at you, you will see it as an opportunity to become even stronger. It's like, for example, one day you were starving. You couldn't, I don't know, find food or find like something to eat. You developed like hunter's skills in order to survive. You had to hunt an animal or something. So you became even stronger, more skilled. Do you understand? So the hardships that were thrown at you made you even stronger, and you understood that. You became almost like addicted to the pain, because you understood through that pain there is benefit. You were so freaking resilient, like nothing would get to you. Maybe the definition of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger came from you, who knows? Who knows? Maybe you wrote it. Maybe you're like, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. And you lived by that example. because you continue to search for more strength. You continue to search for more power. It's almost like you were looking for trouble in a way. I want to say that. It's almost like you were looking for trouble. Because you can turn that into power. Not trouble in the sense where you kind of fuck people's lives, you fuck people's lives up. It's not about that. It's about putting you under stressors. It's like you would deliberately put yourself in that position because you know that you can turn that into power. So it's almost like you became addicted to pain. And it doesn't hurt you. You study it, you overcome it, and you make the most of it. Your last part of your life, you lived like a king or queen. I'm not saying that you are royalty. I'm not saying that you were a king or queen. No, but you lived like one. I feel like you settled somewhere and you became so freaking resilient that you can make anything happen. You could manifest anything that you wanted. Because you had so much wisdom and so much strength, so much power, that the last part of your life, I feel like, from, I don't know why I'm getting specifics, but it could be from 30s to the end of your life, you became the best version of yourself. And you lived to enjoy it. Maybe you lived to tell the tale. It's like, this is what I had to do in order to survive when I was younger. Maybe you told stories to your children or grandchildren. So you had a very inspiring life. You could have wrote about it. You could have, through telling other people about your stories, maybe these stories continued to be told, but you were like an inspiration. Beautiful energy. Your life ended with the 10 of Pentacles. So you lived like a hero. It's like, I survived. You know when parents tell you stories about their past? For me to go to school, I had to climb mountains and go through hell and climb out of hell and cross the seas and part the seas like Jesus for me to get to the school. Maybe you had like experiences like this that you told to your offsprings. This is a full life. This is a full life. What I consider a full life is that you experience your fair share of struggles, but also turn that into power, and then you turn those into blessings. That's like living life to the fullest. Uphill both ways. Oh my god. That's funny. Alright, you guys, so we finished all the signs. If you missed your reading, check it out after the live stream. Aquarius, stay tuned for your reading. And you guys, I'll talk to you later. Take care.